we go. I'm going to do this the quick way. As the title alludes to, it makes my brain hurt flying this aircraft a little bit. Still, even though I've flown it a few times now, it has a lot of buttons and a lot of switches, and everything is everywhere. In the beginning, it's a lot to take in. It's basically like running into a brick wall. Things aren't looking the way they are usually looking and stuff like that. So with no further ado, let's just get going. Okay. Electrical power is off. Injection seat pins are off. Oxygen. So I will be looking at stuff and doing stuff without commenting it all the time, just so we can get going as quick as possible. But if I know myself right, I will do the commenting anyway, either way, and I will get on a tangent. Yes, battery. Okay. Whoop-de-doo. So we have the 25 volts. And then we'll trip the non-essentials. Oh, I know what happened now. I didn't reset that. That's why I couldn't get the... okay. External things. So we need the ground power, the boost, and then we'll close the door because it's a little bit quieter in here then. So that's the thing. Move forward again. Then we have the alternators for off. Red. Fill switches set to normal. Open. Fire warning test. It works. If face blower switches are set to off. Those are the things behind there, and they are set to off. Yaw dampers off. All these switches are lighting that they are supposed to do. Main warning lights. Yup-de-doo. I see them above 3 times of the reminder MIs. They are white. Bomb release thing. Everything is... Safety lock is on. Center and locked. Train following radar support. Supply switch is in the off position. It is in the off position. Director rises attitude flags. We have 1 red. I suppose we have 2 reds. Yes. Air brake switch. Air brake switch at the bottom of the throttle quadrant. It's up. Looks good. DIs set to low. Do low. APP bleed switches. Switches in the shut position. Yes, it is in the shut position. Everything is cold. Everything is shut. Aviation masters switch closed. Label vent suit. It's that thing hidden down here. Confirm 200 volts supplying power to the aircraft. Is going to be the power via the yes, we have that. So we'll start the APP anyway. Yes, let's do that. So, hello there. Oh, I forgot. What happened here? I just forgot to close that thing. Okay. On. And here we go. Yep. We connect the AAPP to the bus bar. Look. 115 volts transformers, it's those things. Yes, I knew it. Indicators are good. We'll check the radios. Why that is part of the AAPP startup, I don't know, but I suppose it's not supposed to be like that. The checklist has a few issues, I think. Confirm the bomb door normal control corresponds with the bomb barrier door position. So it's open, and it is open. We can also, we can also look outside if we want to. And see that the bomb bay doors are open. Emergency. We'll close the bomb bay door later on. Or we might as well close it now. No, we'll close it after we started up the engine. Select 500 pin trains. Okay, now here we go. So we are going to turn it down a little bit. So we'll turn on that thing, and now it says 50 to 500 range and test. Yes, it is working. We'll set it to, we'll leave it there, and we'll set that off, and we'll leave that there. Compasses, no warnings, synchronized, voltmeters, reset. Resetting voltmeters, flag clear. Port beam is on top of the yes. We'll play with this later. Standard says yes. Get you going. Train following radar lights. Yes. No, that's the... Hello. Hello. No, I did not. Oh, I pulled you out too. Okay. Set the application works open with the guard closed. That's this thing here. I have a switch to look down under here. Book. And while we're down here, we can alternator failure warning. That's the red button there. Can it be unlocked? Mechanical indicator is black. Yes. Entrance door. It's black because I closed it. Pressure head. Mechanical indicator. Speedo heater is white. Yeah, because we haven't started it yet. We'll reset the accelerometer. The G meter. Emergency override. Down 6 lights. Yes. 6 green lights, so it's a bit fiddly to do this. Yep. Brakes, accumulator. EAP select start 2 in the green. Yep, we have 2 in the green. If we didn't have, we can fill up the system with this one here. The hydraulic power pack and an anti-dazzle lighting. Well, we won't see much about this, but this is like white cockpit light if you're flying at night or just setting things up. Takeoff cruise selector to set the takeoff cruise selector to takeoff. Yes, it's in takeoff. EPT limiters are on, so we don't break the engine. We did that already. This is what I mean with, now we're going back here and redoing this, so we already have them in the shot position. The undercarriage, that thing is fully in, because this aircraft you can actually fold the gear on the ground as a way of stopping the aircraft faster if you need in an emergency on landing, for instance. Set the switch to the MFS position. So that's the train following stuff. Just a second. 12 minutes in. Fuel contents. Check the fuel contents at the center of gravity. So here is a mistake I've seen a few YouTubers do. So check the center of gravity. We look at this and say, oh man, it's nose heavy. No, this is just the resting of the gauges. To check it, you have to push this one. You can see now it's in the green. Fuel console, pumps, check pumps individually. Okay, here is the thing. I need to teach myself more about how the fuel system works in this aircraft, but I can see that what I'm doing here is I'm looking at switching on and off and looking at the magnetic switches here, the round white things. So off, that they are switching with each of them. Yes. To confirm that we don't have any breaks in the cables or anything else. And then we'll turn on the crossfeed, and then if I switch any of these, we should get all 4 of them turning. Yes. Switch them back to this. Okay. Autopilot, power on the autopilot, ensure the 3 autopilot channels are in. So in, power on, blook, and then we'll trip the reset. No, wait a second. We're supposed to wait until the ready switch is on. Now we'll trip the reset. Okay. And here we are again with the MFS TFR switch C. I'm thinking maybe that's a visuals test you're supposed to do many times, but hey. Test the fire warning lights for the bomb bay. Hello. And I can't do that. Why can't I do that? Could I do that? Oh, let's not get stuck on that. Forgot to test these. I think we're supposed to be able to test the fuel fire warning. Well, anyway. Windshield in my Mr. Set the windshield to Mr. to off. It's off. Yeah, because that is on. Vacuum cleaner. Throttle detent to isolation. Switch to the in position for aircraft fit with the Olympus 301 engine. And this is a 200 engine, I think. Let's do that. Yeah, Olympus 200 series, so it's supposed to be on out. Pressure selector to the cruise position, close guard. Where is that? That's there. Yes, of course. And we don't want to open the shut the two cabin air switches. Those are shut. Ram air valves are shut. Temperature selector cold. Cold turbine, I say confirm cold magnetic indicator is black. At least I think that's the thing. No, that's the thing. It's supposed to be black. It's blue. It's black. Oh, I want to be able to turn off this blue blinking stuff on Xbox. But you can't! You can only turn it off on on PC, I think. Set external lights master switch to the on position. Yep, and then we'll set the nav light to flash. It's very weak, we won't be able to see it when we look outside. But we can see the things spinning around. Set the tag pressure chassis switch to off. Yes, they are off. 4 white, yes. These 4 are white. Oh, you can turn that thing. Oh, it's so much things to learn. Ensure all switches on the air-to-air refueling panels are off. They are. Engine anti-airframe. We have no anti-icing on. System checks. Okay. So we'll look at the trim. Sure that so it's this thing here I'm messing with now, just making sure that I have full. Sometimes it takes a while to catch. Up position, autopilot still white. Looks good. We can set this to alt. I'm still having trouble with the autopilot, by the way, so as I said, it makes my brain hurts. Control trims. Engine starting. Yes, we'll do the normal start. We need clearance to start from this airfield. Ground. Yes. No. So We'll ignore that too. Okay, maybe we'll just ignore the radius completely. I'm not sure yet. Okay. So in the up position here is normal, and then we'll turn on these two, and that thing is open. Yes, it does. And then here we'll do will not do the advanced throttles to 70%. We'll have that connected. We'll do it in a way that are a little bit more friendly to the engines. Yes, okay. Now it's just a matter of turning our heads back and forth. We'll turn on the air, click start. We'll monitor the RPM. At 1200 we'll introduce fuel. Oil pressure is rising. The click spot for that is here, by the way. So, book. Temperature is supposed to be rising. It is. Everybody's happy. Light is out. Let's do the next look. This gauge. So number 3 engine, number 2 engine, and number 1 engine. Here we go. Looking at number 2 engine. So what we're doing is we're pushing in air to get things started. And here we go. So throttle is idling, oil pressure, yes, fire warnings. Out. Affirm menu starting utilizing. Yes. After starting, alternators. So we'll jump back here to the yes. And then we'll jump back to the cockpit. Off. Aircraft feed or all aircraft feed magnetic indicators shows shot. Yes. Fuel console, fuel pumps, auto manual switches as required. Yes, I checked that before. And then engine air switches to shut. Okay. They are shot, anti-icing, we won't needing that right now. I still haven't found where I can see the external temperature. So we'll do it hard way. Degrees, that's okay. Air brakes. Okay. So we'll look at this switch here. I'll do it on my joystick, and then we'll look at the air brakes. So that full. And just for your enjoyment, there, and then fold. For my enjoyment too, of course. So it's black, that's good. Hydraulic pressure still in the green. Bomb bay doors. Now we can close the bomb bay doors and we'll look at the magnetic switch. It's supposed to be cross-hatched when the bomb bay is in transit. It is. And then turn black when everything is closed. That was fast. Okay. Ensure PFC auto stabilizers and field controls on. And here we go. Okay, this is supposed to be happening in a certain way. So you are doing ailerons. 1, 2, 3. Elevators. 1, 2, 3. And rudder. So we are waiting a few seconds, and then I got to turn this up. So now we have to redo this. We have to reset the system because I forgot to do my checks I should be doing. Right way, click them up. Do, and do it again. Okay. And then we do this, and then we do this, and these are yes. And then the field lock. This is just so I don't accidentally push these buttons. And while we're at it, I'll turn on the yaw damper. Now we come to the ECM. So now we can move the joystick. Didn't try it before, but before you have initiated this system here, the artificial field system, basically fly-by-wire or not fly-by-wire, but just so you can feel the... Yeah, it is fly-by-wire, by the way. Please challenge me in the we can do a discussion of it. Educate me. I'm not the perfect authority on this aircraft. Not just yet, anyway. 28 volts through. Okay, we need to do this first. So here we have the TAC and radio and stuff, but I can't just get this thing to work. So at least we have put the ECM or the transponder on. Trims is still in effect and working. Yes. Yes. Okay. 28 volts. Look. Thank you. And it is running. Non-essential live master switch on. Open press start. 3 seconds. Use oil pressure within limits. It is on where it's supposed to be, on sync bar. Okay. So that's on the sync bar. Now, press the AAPP trip button and confirm that the number 2 alternator automatically connects to the sync bar. It does. Whoa! Remove the external power from the aircraft. Don't need you, we don't need you, and while you're at it, you might as well remove the chocks. Good. Alternators. Go back to this switch here. We'll sync it. So this is how you switch these. So we'll sync that. 2 is already synced. 3 and 4. They all work fine. And then we isolate them again after we've checked that they work fine. And then we resync with the AAPP. Now we can open up the AVS masters switch. So. And it's time for the taxi checks. 33 minutes in. This is like starting up the RJ100 or the Fokker F28. Pressure heater, head heaters are on. That's the not for heating your head, but heating the important things like pitot tubes and stuff. So when I do that, you will see the pitot heater goes black. Yes. Entrance door is closed. Yes. Ground equipment is removed. Clearance, landing lights. Yes. You're in taxi. Hydraulic pressure, instruments. Okay. So we'll do the taxi. Now here it goes. Should I be talking on the radio? Well, we'll do that.
T-side ground, SE tab Tango Alpha Bravo with Sierra. Request taxi for takeoff. North departure.
Taxi lights.
The tab Tango Alpha Bravo. Taxi to and hold short of runway 23 via taxiway Alpha. Contact tower on 119.805 when ready.
That shouldn't be lighting because it is supposed to be out already.
Taxi to and hold short runway to tree using taxiway Alpha, SE tab Tango Alpha Bravo.
Parking brake off. Yes, looks good. Okay, here we go. Yes, we are rolling. It's a bit... I don't even know if we fit on this. Taxiway, but I think so. Yeah. Just checking so we're not lost. The weather is a perfect ambience for this aircraft. And stop. Parking brake on. Yes. Surfaces are doing that thing. Will not do that because I don't know how to reset the thing. But this is the emergency trim anyway. So you can press left, right, up, down, or the whole thing. Okay. Co-pilot shift the cost check there is first pilot. So this is the way we are going to fly. This is one of the things that makes my brain hurt. If we look at this thing here, this is not our direction. This is our direction. So we'll check the runway. So we are starting from runway 23. And it's slow. It's oh so slow. If they find the time, then I would love it for just flight 2. Do something about this. So it's runway 25. Just a second. Let's make this easier for us. So after we have taken off, we are going in a heading of 343. Let's put that in instead, so we don't have to do that. So 3, 4. Oh, then we did go all the way around. Sorry about that. So 3, 3, 3, 4, 1, no, 4, 1, 2, 3. Let's set the heading. Yeah, it's already set. No, it's not. Set the heading bug to that too. Okay, and we'll do the frequencies for this. So 114.25, and you can either turn on tooltips and switch this one, but I don't like tooltips, they are in the way, so we'll do it from here. So 114.250, 114.250. And let's do an experiment. We'll do an experiment. We'll do I will start my charts app here. Like that, and then we go to Great Britain. We'll search for NEW. Because of no, that's not it. Yeah, that's what we're going for. Yeah, Newcastle. But we need the so we have then, it's also a VOR, so we have set that up because I know that that works. But if I hide this and choose hide that, do IFR high, see if we can hello. No. Oh, I said I would do this as fast as I could, and now I'm messing this up. Yeah, here we go. Okay. No. Okay. So if I use the inbuilt flight planner from Microsoft Flight Simulator and I search for search new. There we go. Yeah, so now I get the because we don't get it here. Now I can get the TACAN channel, which is 89Y. So 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and Y. And then we'll turn this on. So if you have a PC, then this should be working. I don't know if I can get it to work on the Xbox, but when we get up in the air, if it works, this needle will start pointing at the TACAN. However, I have a, I don't know, remember if I said that, but I have a support ticket at Just Flight, asking if this is a sim thing or if it's a yes, those are good. Field relief compensations, we check failure because that's part of the engagement. Altitude failure flags. You, they are. Have a pixelator or position. They are. Compass, yes. Compass. They are set to compass. Yeah, so I have a support ticket for this if the TACAN works or doesn't work, this aircraft, or if it's the sim in general for the Xbox. Radio sensor switches up, they are up. Ba-doop-doop. Starboard aircraft heading to the top gate. Yeah, well, we can check. So what we can do is set this to on, and then reset it to 0. Whoops. No. On. Then we'll move this. And we'll engage the thing. It is supposed to move the joystick. Let's check. Yes, track. Sorry, we need to have track on. Okay, here we go. So when I turn no, and bomb. Yes, here we go. This is the brain hurting thing that I'm talking about. Yes. Okay, so we'll leave that on track. We'll set that there. We'll disengage that. That's what we did that. I don't know what kind of indicators we should get here. I need to read more about that. Autopilot cutout switches, and now we have to re-engage this thing, so we'll wait. There we go. Okay. Do Alt. Okay. Yes. Everything is reset. All alternators are on. Sync bar on yes. Buses are synchronized. All the things here is black. Hydraulic pressure again. We haven't leaked anything. Transfer switches. What lights they are talking about, I don't know. But you can set these to the aft position. Confirm all lights are on. What lights? I don't know. Auto manuals to auto. Remove all the pins from the ejector seats. We already done that. Set the transfer switches to the central switchboard closed. Yeah, so now we put them back. And we put them back to... I don't know why we do this, but maybe the manual will tell me later. De-icing switch to medium position. Above 30 degrees Celsius, this is not right. If it's above 30 degrees Celsius, I think we are in. Yeah, we don't need the de-icing. Set the tank pressurization switch to on. I'm really sorry about this, we're an hour in. I said I will do this as fast as possible, but I go on tangents and then, yeah. Check that all flight instruments are indicated normally. Yes, altimeters, we did that. Takeoff data, speed based on aircraft's operational manual. Well, we have those actually in a small cheat sheet here. Crew brief, everybody ready? Ready! Flying controls, full and free movement controls after takeoff. Cabin air switches. Set the port or starboard cabin air to, so we'll just use 1. Engine air will do 2. So now we get some air into the cockpit. That's nice. Okay. So undercarriage, take the cruise, set the cruise selected to cruise position, then nice cruise, tank association. They are black now, cabin switches. Port or starboard air system, they are open. These two we already have. We won't do that. We won't do that. So what we have to do is these 4 here. Climb checks. For flight below 20,000 feet, so we'll ignore these. We can ignore these. We are not. It's already on medium. Okay, we won't be doing any low-level flight. Okay, so I think we are ready for the takeoff. Okay. Radio.
T-side tower, SE tab Tango Alpha Bravo at runway 23 ready for departure. Departure to the north.
The tab Tango Alpha Bravo, QNH 1026 departure to the north approved. Cleared for takeoff runway 23.
Clear for takeoff runway 23. SE tab Tango Alpha Bravo.
Now, have I pressed the... Yeah, I accidentally pressed that thing, so final. That's good. So rotation at 145, initial climb at 153. We'll see about that because this thing, it's not loaded up with anything, so it climbs like nothing, like a rocket. Okay. Let the flight director stabilize, and now here is where the brain hurts because we are taking off, so we are going to turn right. So we are looking this way and we want to turn right so we get it in the middle. Okay. So at 60 minutes I can set a thing. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Power checked. 60 checked. 100. 110. 120. 130. 140. Decision. Rotate. Undercarriage up.
Flight director is let's stay under the clouds. Try to stabilize this thing at 3,000 feet. Brain hurting again. needle towards the center. And we are too low. Let's see if we can find the localizer. Until then, we'll do the thing. Okay. Engage. Altitude. What is happening? Okay, it's chasing. Chasing. So we won't get the TACAN working, so good enough till we get the, so we pretend I didn't cheat and look at that. We can go a little bit faster. Yes, tank pressurization is still set. We are a military aircraft, so we'll ignore the 250 knots limit. We just pour on the cone. Put this at 90%. Generator going from that. Do this little trick again. That's already synced. They all work. Now we can leave that. Okay, so we are going to use number 3 to sync that. Now things are turn off. Whoops. Check the manual for this. Still no signal. Not going to do the train following thing, just use it as a safety. Okay. Why don't we get guess we aren't close enough. Still nothing. Yeah, there we go. Good. So, what we'll do is we'll steer our way back so I feel I'm a little bit behind the aircraft right now. We are getting closer to this VOR, so we might as well tune. What's the next one? It's 342. 359. 'Equalizer. Then it should sort itself out. Still a little bit worried about this. Following radar now. Okay. The tanks on each aircraft are numbered. On each side of the aircraft is number 1 to 7, and 1 and 2 are fuselage tanks. The remainder are wing tanks. Tank numbers corresponds to the CG position of each tank. Each saddle type of each cylindrical tank has 3 booster pumps. Transfer pumps in number 1 and 7 tanks. On each side allow fuel to be transferred in either direction between these tanks if it is necessary to adjust the fuel CG position. As both tanks are in the same group's transfer group content. The transfer pumps switch. The transfer switch pump at forward. Okay. Here we go. So the pump's on. Or off, I don't think it matters. So the number 7 tanks, this and this, and the number 1 tanks, it's this and this. Okay, so you can transfer fuel up this way with these. So with the transfer pump switch at forward, the refueling valve of number 1 tanks open and number 7 tank pump starts and transfer the fuel to number 1 tank. So these are just for the engines. We leave them on as we are flying so low. Be nice with some kind of indication that hey, we are doing what we're supposed to be doing. Yes. Okay, wait. For my technical system to show back with the fuel pressure. Okay. So if these are white, then the engines doesn't like it and they want pressure. They are black. Let's see if the content is. don't know if so want to be able to pull this out. So that's actually pretty good. Well, at least we are really green. So 1115 and 224 degrees. So we change this to this to now. How do I turn this without turning? The bomb switch. Can I do that by doing that? Yes, I can. So you're not supposed to turn now. Okay, okay, let's do that. Let's let things settle. Now we turn off track. Now we can turn this without something happening, and we can set this to 224. Slow down. 224. Heading. Turn on track. should have set is the outbound course on this. Okay. Set. Book. And then we'll do the outbound course, which would be 326. Equalizer. The thing should steer itself onto the line now. If I'm not totally wrong. At least I learned that much. You are supposed to be able to 11985, that's the comms. When you're stuck with VOR hopping, then it would be nice to have two nav settings. If I did everything right now, we should be on the outbound radial of 226. Just a second or two. How we're doing with the fuel here? Oh, we're still in the green though. Someone can in the comments put a link to a good fuel tutorial on this aircraft, fuel management tutorial, or can explain it in some simple ways, I would be really grateful. Shall we take a sneak peek, see if we are on course? Well, good enough, I guess. So yeah. 326, I mean. Why? 326. turn it towards Gbit. So 340 degrees. That's why. Now we put it on the radial from here to here at 340 degrees. So now we should be getting at least on the right side of the thing. So we'll let it settle with that. Okay. Then we change the frequency to 111.5. Or 55. 55. Should see the middle jump. Okay. Turn off the track. We switch this thing over to 224 degrees. Two, four. Degrees. What happens if we put it on the localizer thing now? Will it turn? It will. That. supposed to be above 3,000 feet there, and then we'll be... So we'll just capture the... Automatic switch to auto. Everything is auto. Looks better, but we'll keep pumping.
Mouth Tower, SE Tab Tango Alpha Bravo, 14 miles northeast, 3,100 to land.
Attack Tango Alpha Bravo, Mouth Tower, QNH 1021, fly straight to runway 23.
Fly straight and runway 23, SE Tab Tango Alpha Bravo.
Parking brake is off. That is where it's supposed to be. That's the stall warning because we are supposed to be at 166. So round about there. And as soon as the nose tips over, which it does now. Almost forgot to press the button. Whoa. Speed is going up, so we'll extend the air brakes to half. Range to 500. I think these are supposed
Speed
to
check,
shut.
undercarriage down.
Here. The carriage is going down. Speed 148, or 145, that's correct.
brakes, medium drag. Air brakes, high drag.
Drop.
Parachute streamed.
Oh. Whoop! I wanted to see the parachute, but then I forgot to steer. Time to drop the parachute.
Parachute jet.
Tango Alpha Bravo. Turn next taxiway.
Don't do that. Don't do what I did.
Tango Alpha Bravo. Turn next taxiway. Fatap Tango Alpha Bravo. Contact ground on 118.9005.
118.9005. SE tab Tango Alpha Bravo.
So we have some stuff we need to be doing. And I didn't stop before the taxi line, which I shouldn't be. I should be past it. But hey ho. So now I only get these two, so we'll ignore that. So with that we can turn off all, set this center. Let's see if we did pump some fuel. Whoops. Yeah, some fuel we did. It take forever though. Turn these off. We'll get the air brakes in. We'll set the defrost that, shut that, we'll set that to taxi, we'll set, turn on this, yes. After landing, parachute jet is in preferences. We don't have that. Shut brake, association off. Yes. Off. Switch loaded that. The number 3 alternator is still. We can shut down the APP. Yeah, I already did that. That thing is turned closed. Auto stabilizer, we can turn off everything except the rudder, these two. No. Nothing will happen because I don't know if it does anything, but hello. So okay, because because we only need rudder for steering on the ground. Air brakes are in. 4-2 manual. Sure that the autopilot is powered off. Everything is off. Radio voltmeter off. And this we won't do because we will tax with all 4 engines. Okay, here we go. Just choose a spot of our own liking. Here. Now let's taxi in here. That's occupied. It's like finding parking spaces in the supermarket. That would be it. Whoops. Be getting grass. Just park here. brake. Those are never haven't been turned on. Green. We should have fitted those. Those now. Shut down. Parking brake on. Auxiliary rudder. So turn off this. Bomb door. They can be closed. Engine master switch is off. Yes. Landing lights. Lamps. Affected. The eye switch is set to low. We can open the entrance door. We ask someone to set shocks. All fuel pumps are off. We need to turn off the external lights before. I guess it has to do with the we will trip something. And now we can shut down the engine. Now I should have turned off the lights. Okay. And we'll go here. We'll turn off the alternators. We'll trip this. So isolate. Yeah, because that goes on automatically. Okay. Those I didn't have them on. What I have on the other hand, is this thing here. I think, and then oxygen. I think we are good to turn this thing off then. Parking brake off, because we have the chokes. And the last one then. Okay. Okay. Well, it didn't go perfectly, but it did go decent, I think. Yeah. Okay, thank you for watching this one for 1 minute. Me rambling, trying to figure stuff out, me having my brain hurt. I hope I didn't make your brain hurt. Please subscribe, maybe, just a little bit. I need a few more subscribers. It would be nice. Okay. And absolute super thanks for watching. If you manage to watch this way, your stamina is excellent, top notch.